So, how does this typically go down? Well, usually the trial kicks off with the judge stepping in, laying out the rules, and then, people start saying what they've got to say. This isn't something you've ever done before, is it? Wait, have you?
No?
Well, let me tell you this. Just like I'd never driven a car before the first time I got behind the wheel. And look, I'm still standing, aren't I? So this is your first time? That's right. I'm your first. But don't worry, I promise not to hold back, Frank. It's good to see you one last time. If it pleases the court, well, let me tell you, it's up to the court to decide who gets to speak and when.
So sit down.
We're here to discuss $4,000 in withheld rent payments, right? Yes, Your Honor. But we've got receipts, proof of repairs, replacement of lost clothing, and yes, that same $4,000. Your Honor, she was speaking to me. Counselor, why hasn't your client paid the rent? That one's for you. The issue is bedbugs, Your Honor. My client has receipts showing that the money spent to fix this infestation far exceeds the unpaid rent amount. And, Your Honor, the housing department certified that bedbugs were indeed present. Your Honor, may I interject? This is an eviction hearing. The core issue isn't habitability, it's whether or not rent has been paid. Actually, Your Honor, City Code clearly states that rent can legally be withheld if the warranty of habitability is breached. Then, Counselor, let's see the checks placed in escrow by your client. The checks in escrow? Yes, the funds pending the outcome of a rent abatement hearing. That's not written in the code. True, but it's an accepted practice in this courtroom, which makes it binding. Counselor, your client did place the money in escrow, right? No, Your Honor. My client had no funds left. Every last cent went toward fixing the problem. Eviction upheld. But, Your Honor, did you see me bang the gavel? That's it. Step aside. Next case. You never forget your first, right? You know what happens to rookie pitchers when they get shelled out in the league? Do you think they move up to the big leagues, or do they just end up on some sad American Legion team of has-beens? Okay, I get it. I lost. I'm sorry. Oh, you're sorry? That's convenient. Look, I truly am. But I've got research to do for Harvey, so, if you'll excuse me, remember when you swooped in and stole that client I brought in? That was fun for you, wasn't it? I handed you a nothing case back then.
Why?
So that even if you did win, it wouldn't mean a thing for your career. But I still expected you to win. So, yeah, sure, go back to your research. Maybe that's where you shine. Maybe that's your niche. Kinski owns 5 buildings. And guess what? They all used to be rent-controlled. But now, they're going for $1.5 million per unit. Not a bad profit margin, huh? I decided to dig into housing department complaints from the year before his remodeling spree. And guess what I found? Every single one of those tenants, those who couldn't afford to buy into his conversions, ended up with complaints. Garbage piling up, no heat, broken air systems. So one by one, Kinski drove them all out. And how did you find their names? Housing complaints gave me some leads, but it's not enough. I need this to be bigger than just his buildings. Look, I only get 1 hour for lunch a day, and I never even take it. Do you really need me for this? Take a look at these photos. See the people moving out of the building?
Yeah.
The whole building looks like them. I know. And don't worry. I clean up well, too. Need me to class you up a bit? Not exactly class, but more like finesse, whatever it takes to get us through that door. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hi there. My wife and I are interested in checking out some of the new units here. Isn't that right, honey? So, what do you think, sweetheart? It's fine, but I still prefer the place on 50C. 502? That's way too close to your mother. No, let's not bring my mother into this, okay? Oh, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I adore your mother. I love your mother. All right. Let's focus. Why don't you tell us more about your lovely building? Well, I think you'll find that not only are the amenities top-notch, but so are the tenants. That's great to hear. You see, we're not just looking for a space to live in, we want a home where we can put down some real roots. That's such a thoughtful approach. And yes, I think you'll find that the people who've purchased units here are a lot like you, young, ambitious. Oh, you're acting again. Do you have to keep touching me? Is there a problem? Any questions I can answer for you? Oh, no issue at all. My wife, my lovely wife, just gets a bit paranoid sometimes. You wouldn't believe how long it took her to even agree to go on a date with me. Forever. Are there any long-term tenants we could speak with? Someone who could show us around the building and the neighborhood? Well, the building was completely renovated 2 years ago, and we only reopened last January. Most of our tenants are newer, but I think there might be a few from the old building who bought into the conversion. Would it be possible to speak with them? It would really make us feel more comfortable about everything.
Ow.
Feisty today, aren't we? So in love. Yes, absolutely. So in love. Oh, you brought a sack lunch? We would have shared if we'd known. Funny, but was this your little lawsuit? Take your sack of evidence and leave. Kid, you're way out of your league. Oh, I think he'll be just fine. Hello, Vivian. Hello. So, the rookie called in the veteran, huh? No, I'm just here to watch. I love spectator sports. The Yankees crushing a Little League team? Sounds like your kind of game. Actually, David and Goliath is one of my favorite stories. All right, what's in the bag? Hey, what are you doing? Do you recognize this carpet? Make him stop. Get that out of here. Oh, this is your carpet, Mr. Kinski. Straight from Frank Carl's apartment. Feel it, the fibers, the texture. It's almost alive. You brought bedbugs here. That's vandalism. That's assault. Funny you should put it that way because that's exactly what we'll be charging your client with. What are you talking about? Your client didn't just fail to eradicate a bedbug infestation. He created one. He took carpet from one of his old buildings, carpet that was already infested, and installed it in my client's apartment to force them out. That's insane. Well, you might want to warn your client about perjury because we've got sworn testimony from the installer and a photo of the same carpet in one of his buildings before it was renovated. By the way, my wife and I really admire what you've done with the place. So, let's break it down. We're talking about assault, rental code violations, health code breaches, and let's not forget basic human decency. Now imagine a New York jury hearing all that. Can you picture the damages? Harvey Specter, please just get that carpet out of here. So, Vivian, how am I doing for my first time? This still counts as my first time, doesn't it? Now, let's discuss how much this is going to cost you. Let me know if you need further tweaks.